Hello and welcome to Beacons of Light. Today I have Dragos and I will let him take over on introducing himself.
Hello, Condra. Thank you again for having me here. So my name is Dragos. A little bit about myself. I am a meditation teacher and I would say energy healer and energy reader. And today I just wanted to join here because I had let's say, an amazing experience with a lot of downloads. And I do believe that this type of downloads were so important, not only for my life, but so important for everyone else. And that's why I'm here to share, and hopefully that this message will reach as many people as possible. And whoever needs to hear this message to get in contact with this.
Yeah.
So I think I can jump right in with the experience and with the basically, like, I had I would say, transcendental moment when I was in a different state of consciousness. And I think how you call it in the Indian culture is called a samadhi moment. And in this state, I literally became everything. So I got my identity, my body, my perception of myself got completely dissolved, and I simply became everything. Like all space, all time, all vibrations just simply became. I returned back to the ocean of consciousness. And one important thing that I noticed when I was in that experience is that during a lot of teachers, including myself, when they're doing meditations, they say that when you're deep in meditation, okay, now it's time to connect to the quantum field. In reality, you're not connecting to the quantum field. You are the quantum field. That is your essence. And when I got to that level of perception and understanding, I realized that I'm not human. And you are not human, and you, like, we are not human in our essence. In our essence, we are energy fields. We are basically just oceans of consciousness that have a human experience. However, we forgot about that. And during this experience, I was in contact with some beings, and they were in a way guiding me through the experience, explaining me what's going on, and in a way teaching me in the secrets of this reality. When I was in that state of expanded consciousness and being one with everything, honestly, it was the most relaxing experience that I could ever have. When I got there, the teachers were always telling me, okay, now it's time to rest. Like rest, and recharge. After being in that experience, I would slowly come back into the body, come back into this human awareness. And when I came back, I realized just how many programs we have as humans. It's not only the basic programs that we have, for example, food, shelter, basic needs, but then we have programs or conditions that society imposes on us. Because when I was in that state of expanded consciousness, there were no more conditions, no more expectations, no more limitations. It was complete freedom, complete ease. And then slowly, as I came back, like the conditions or the expectations slowly like reappeared, and it was like, okay, food, shelter, this. And I considered myself a free person, or as free as I can. But after that experience, I just realized that just by being in this reality, you have conditions that are almost automatically put onto you because you have a human body, because you have a body that you need to take care in a way.
Right.
And then besides the conditions of the body, you have all the conditions of society that are just even more in number, right? Just to behave somewhere, to be somebody, to many conditions.
Right.
So I just realized how draining this conditioning can be, especially for somebody who is maybe not aware of them and not aware that they are playing a role, or that they are in a way changing themselves to fit somewhere where they may not necessarily need to fit or want to fit, but because of the programming, they're trying their best to fit in that mold.
Right.
And I think this is where this depression comes from, because there was this nice wording that depression is actually deep rest. And
Right.
it's deep rest from the conditioning or this constantly being somebody else in the world, when at one point you no longer have energy to keep that character going, and you just like simply collapse and need to recharge.
Right.
So while I was there in that expanded state of consciousness, I would keep going there, coming back into my human body or human awareness, and then keep like going from one place to another, to say so. I remember at one point, I would say to myself, whenever I would come back into this awareness, I was like, oh damn, I'm human again. And it was very funny. But while I was there, the teachers, that's how I call them, I know some consciousness entities, I don't know how to call them, but I know that I was a part of them. I was very connected with them, and I would hear them as my own voice. And they started to teach me about this reality, about how this reality functions. And they started from the basics, meaning that we are basically the entire universe, the sea of consciousness. And as a sea of consciousness, we are everything at the same time. If we didn't have these human bodies, then we would again be everything at the same time. And because we have these human bodies, this gives us bandwidth of experiences that we can have here. Because otherwise, we will be all the experiences all at the same time.
Right.
And they showed me that basically the body is what keeps you in this bandwidth of reality, to say so, or in this experience. Because otherwise, without the body, there will be no discussion, because there will not be a Dragos and there will not be a Kondra, because
Right.
there will not be separation between consciousness.
Right.
However, what they also showed me is that this entire reality, imagine the sea of consciousness, has different frequencies, right? You can imagine them like notes on the piano, and each frequency is different. Best way to, let's say, to put them in a category is by emotions. So for example, fear has a lower vibration or rhythm than love, right?
Right.
And this entire reality has many vibrations. Like it starts from the lowest all the way, it goes to infinity. And basically they were telling me that this is the vibration that you are playing at, that you are operating at this moment. You can choose to operate at a higher vibration or at a lower vibration. And they said, for us, it doesn't really matter, because we are all vibrations at the same time.
Right.
So they're all the vibrations from the lowest to the highest, they're all at the same time. But when it comes to the human game, we have the choice to choose our vibration. And what they showed me is that, yes, we have this human body, this human experience. But again, this human experience, or what the reality that we see, is just a small bandwidth. However, besides this bandwidth, there are many other realities that are playing at different frequencies. And just to give you an example of how this frequency works, let's say you have a reality where you're struggling with money. So that is a frequency that is operating in your body when it comes to this domain of life.
Right.
That is a frequency that is operating in your body, and there is a reality connected to that. Then there is another reality where money is no longer an issue, and it's a very light and fast vibration. So that's again another reality that corresponds to that vibration. Now, what they showed me is that all of these realities, they exist already they already exist at the same time as you are in this reality, in this current reality.
Right.
And every reality has a different vibration, from the lowest fear to love, just one example.
Right.
So basically, all of these realities exist simultaneously here and now. And what I got from this is that we are not living in a linear reality. We're actually living in a quantum reality where all possibilities exist in this moment.
Right.
Now, I know that this information may be a little bit advanced for some people, but it gets really simple when it comes to the practical part. So what this basically means is that we don't actually manifest anything. We do not manifest, but we shift into a reality that already exists, but it was outside of our bandwidth. So what does this mean? There is a reality where you have your lover, your perfect business, your perfect job, your, whatever you want. That reality is already playing in its own bandwidth. The only trick is to get your body, your physical body, to vibrate at that specific frequency. What will happen then if you get your body to vibrate at that specific frequency? Your body will shift into that bandwidth. As simple as it is. Now, the trick is, how do you get your body to vibrate at a specific frequency? Through the use of emotions, because emotions, they have an energetic component and a physical component. When there is an emotion in the body, your body secretes what are called neuropeptides, to go a bit scientific. And these neuropeptides, they affect how you will feel. Right. And they, of course, all chemicals have a certain vibration. And if you manage to hold this frequency or hold this emotion for a longer period of time, then your whole body will start to attune or resonate to that frequency.
Right.
Is it clear so far? I hope it's not complicated.
Yeah. No, you are. I totally understand this. And for those that are not ready yet, you're putting a little seed in them. And when they are vibrating the frequency that's right, they will totally understand this and get it. Whether it be a month, a week, a year later, they'll be like,
yes,
I remember that.
Yeah, because I do believe that this is very hard for somebody who doesn't have, in a way, access to, let's say, the invisible dimensions or other dimensions. Because if you're focused on your body and on this reality, it's very hard to even believe that something else is possible.
Right.
And this is how we get stuck. We get stuck in this reality, in this bandwidth, because our focus is on the outside. And
right.
what will happen? Will simply recycle the same vibration. Yeah. What we see outside is one vibration, and we're like, okay, yes, it's like, you're rich or you're poor. And that vibration will be recycled into your body, generating an emotion, and that emotion will generate again that reality. So it's like you're in a circle, in a vicious cycle in a way.
Right.
Not really vicious cycle, because you can do this on a positive way also.
Right.
So you can enforce the positive and then reinforce it back into your body. And they told me that the intuition, not intuition, but the imagination is actually a tool for you to perceive all of these other possibilities that are, all of them are happening at the same time.
Right.
And somebody really smart said that in imagination, what you're imagining, everything that you're imagining is real. And yes, it is real, but we're still we are not perceiving it because it's still not at our bandwidth. But it exists in the quantum reality. All possibilities exist. So by the use of our imagination, we can tap in to that potential reality and then acclimate our vibration to that reality. How? We all know this. You close your eyes, you meditate, you imagine that you're already in that reality, and you start to feel those emotions. Once you start to feel those emotions, you're slowly acclimating to that reality that you are focusing on.
Right.
Now, another trick that they told me was, how do you jump from one reality to another? And this process is called action intuition. You get an intuition, you take action on it. You listen to intuition, you take action on it. Because intuition, they showed me almost like it's a rhythm. It's a song. And you need to know how to dance on that song. So they showed me something like 1, 2, 3 step. So at the step is the action part. And you're listening to the rhythm of the intuition and learning when to take the action or when to take the next step. And at the beginning, it may be difficult to listen to the intuition and you may take only some actions. But the more you get in tuned to this inner guidance, because that's what intuition is, you will start taking all the steps like very easy, like literally catching all the beats of the music, like bum, 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 bum. And what will that do? That will literally help you to jump from one reality to another. That's how I perceive it. It's I see them like little how to say, little realities that are like moving, like one reality is moving, and then like trains. Like let's use this example. You're on a train, and then there is another train next to you that is moving a bit faster than your train. And your intuition is telling you at the right moment, jump. And when you're gonna jump, if you listen to the intuition, you're gonna jump on the other train at the exact moment, and now you're in another reality.
Right.
So by listening to the intuition, you are simply accelerating this process. The more you listen to the intuition, the more you listen to the steps that they are guiding you, the faster you will get to that reality. Also, when it comes to the intuition, again, this requires a lot of, I would say, meditation or any type of spiritual practice, because you need to get quiet and you need to get familiar to what is the difference between your thoughts and your intuition, because there is a difference there.
Right.
So basically, this is the mechanism of what I call the reality transurfing. Like this is, I know that there is a book from this, but this is a term that I came up with. And basically, if you manage to change your body, to change the frequency of your body, you can choose the reality that you want to play. And there are many realities depending on the frequencies of your body, because we have multiple frequencies in our body. We have frequencies related to love, related to relationship, related to money, related to many topics in our life. So right. Again, you need to pay attention to see what is the frequency that you're playing at this certain domain, and then choose what frequency you want to play.
Right.
Another thing that they told me is, let me see how to put this into words. Yes, they told me, do not be discouraged from the outer reality. So what you're seeing in the outer reality when you're doing this process, there may be certain events or situations that will make you think that, oh, that's not going to happen, or that reality will not happen. They told me, when this type of events happen, ignore them. Do not get discouraged, because those are basically the remnants of the old vibration that are still playing out.
Right.
What they told me is keep the focus on the feeling, keep the focus on the intuition and on that vibration, and that vibration will manifest. It is a law. So this is basically like the law of gravity. If you do these steps, it will happen one way or another.
Yes.
But again, what we need to do is we need to entrain ourselves to make the inner world as real as the outer world. Because most of us, if you're not in, let's say, like a spiritual practice or meditated for a long time, we have a tendency to look on the outside and to get the validations or to get our emotions from the outside. If you do this, that you will simply recycle what is already on the outside.
Right.
If you want to something new, you need to go on the inside, choose a reality, and then feel it on the inside. And then when you operate on that vibration will take you into that reality. How it will take you, that's none of your business.
Right.
All you need to do is follow your intuition, and you will see that you will get there sooner or later. For me, it happens so many times, and every time, honestly, even after 12 years of meditation, sometimes I still have doubts. But I keep focusing on the emotion, keep focusing on the vibration, and then the miracles happen.
Yep.
So this is basically the secret of this reality. You're not stuck. You have a choice to play at a higher frequency or at a lower frequency, depending on what you want, because you have the free will to do whatever you want. But again, I just want to emphasize that the reality that you want, the perfect dream, the perfect life, perfect love, perfect wealth, perfect everything already exists. All you need to do is align your frequency to it. And this is the work. Aligning your frequency to it and having this constant work of connecting to that reality, feeling that reality, and then just taking in guided actions towards it. So yes, that is the information that I wanted to pass. I'm not sure if there is anything else, but as a topic, this is what I wanted to share with the people, so they also know that this is also a possibility for them.
Right. Thank you. I just want to say there's a person that told me once, not too long ago, because I was ready for the message, but as a person, a human being, I came here to play a role, an actor, a character, and the right vibration, the frequency, I can change that. I can be a new character, and that's basically what you're saying.
Yep. Exactly.
If somebody's listening that doesn't get it, just like your train analogy, that was perfect to how people could understand. If you're not understanding it, there's simple visual terms that people could understand. I like that. Thank you.
Pleasure. Also, there is another thing that I want to mention. Now that you said that we went into this topic of you're here to fulfill a role. Recently, I stumbled upon a book from, I don't remember now, but the book is called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And it's all about reprogramming your subconscious mind with the affirmations and with the programs that you want. And one of the most amazing pieces of information that I got from there is that we all have what is called a divine design. And basically, this means that we came here to fill a spot, to fill a role that only we can fill. And that we didn't come here by coincidence or by randomness, that there is a specific, I call, divine plan for all of us. But again, since we have this free will, we have a choice to either align with it or do not align with it.
Right.
And the choice is up to us.
Right.
And ever since I got this piece of information, I always, all the time ask for alignment. I all the time ask the universe, please align me with what is mine by divine right, or with my divine plan, or with this frequency of the divine.
Right.
And every time I've been doing this, I just got more and more like confirmations, situations that were perfectly aligned to me in such a way that I didn't even feel that I'm like, working or struggling. Like those do not exist anymore.
Right.
Because when you ask for something that is yours, you will no longer struggle, because that is the perfect place for you.
Right.
The struggle usually happens when we go for something that is not ours.
Yes.
That we think that will make us happy. When in actuality, if you ask the universe to align you with what I call your divine plan, or what is yours by divine right, you will get things that you didn't even know you wanted, but they will be 10 times or a million times better than what you have expected.
Right. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Which it's funny because I was thinking this morning, it's morning where I'm at. I have an acquaintance, a friend, and this person is always aligning to whatever anybody has. Mm-hmm. That person is all of a sudden, that's what I'm going to do. That's where I'm going. I have plans for this, even though that person never mentioned it until you mentioned it. Now that's what she wants. She needs to do what she wants to do, like what we were talking about. So, but you have to be quiet and sit with yourself to know what it is you're aligning to or supposed to align to.
Yep. Yeah, like that's the hard part. Like sitting with yourself, spending time with yourself. That's the hard part.
Right. It is, yeah. But once you find it, it's almost addicting to do it.
There is the sense of ease and the sense of I am where I need to be. And
yeah.
I don't know why would you want to give that up? Like
I agree. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I had to share. Okay. If you have anything else to add or any other subject?
No, I don't. I think great information at a great time in life. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to share more. Yeah,
I'm so grateful. Well, thank you, and thank you for those that have watched all the way to the end. And if you have questions, comments, you can reach out to me or Dragos, and I will leave his information in the links. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.